Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about Hamlet's modern day relevance in connection to the value or virtue of fortitude and how it connects to today's modern social media climate in specifics to Instagram specifically. So what is fortitude? So this is the definition provided by the Oxford Dictionary. They states that it's having courage in pain or adversity, which we know from reading Hamlet that throughout the play, Hamlet demonstrates a lot of mental, physical, and emotional fortitude through his actions and what he says. So Hamlet's representation of fortitude, I'm going to be providing you with a list of quotes to show how he demonstrates mental, physical, and emotional fortitude. So the first quote is, "If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it not be now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man of aught he leaves, what is it to leave betimes let be." So this quote is important because this is when he's talking to Horatio about having the sword fight with Laertes. He knows that his life is on the line. He knows that he's in danger of being killed by Laertes. He knows that his best friend Horatio doesn't think it's a good idea, and he knows that he has a very good conscience and gives him wise ideas. And he also knows that he's going to be faced with a lot of emotional upheaval by sword fighting against Laertes because Laertes was his best friend and he feels guilty for what he did to Ophelia. He's willing to do all this in order to achieve his goal of eventually still having the opportunity in the future to kill King Claudius. Now, we do know that this ends up leading to him killing King Claudius after he's poisoned and he stabs him. But in this circumstance right now, Hamlet is doing this in order to achieve his goal of being able to still be seen, still be involved within the castle life in order to kill Claudius and to protect his own honor. The second quote is, "Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner." So this is in the letter that Hamlet sends to Horatio after he finds out that the letter that was given from Claudius to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern states for Hamlet to be executed. He shows a lot of physical fortitude here because he literally puts himself right in harm's way by jumping onto a pirate ship with people he doesn't even know and putting himself in direct danger in order to go back to a place, Denmark, where a lot of things are going on that really are hurting him, such as his mother never being there for him, all of his friends have lied and cheated him, and are working for King Claudius, who clearly also wants him dead. So this represents just a lot of mental and physical fortitude and promotes the idea of not letting any obstacle get in your way when achieving your goals. So the next quote I'd like to talk about, "I will bestow him and will answer well the death I gave him, so again, good night, I must be cruel only to be kind." I chose this quote because this is when Hamlet is verbally attacking his mother for the poor decisions she's made and the poor judgments she's made, and how it has hurt Hamlet. And the line, "I must be cruel only to be kind," he only does this in order to make sure that she can better the relationship by changing and that she understands how deeply she's hurt him. This does take a lot of mental fortitude and emotional fortitude, as bringing up the things she's done concerning getting married to Claudius on such short notice and having a complete disregard for his feelings really hurt him, and how she can work to change that. That would have put him through a lot, but he did it in order for the greater good of having a relationship with his mother. And this demonstrates how Hamlet doesn't let his own emotions or feelings or the adversity he feels concerning other people's actions get in the way of his goal. And this does connect to the end of the book, as although Hamlet does end up dying anyways by being stabbed by Laertes, his mother does commit an act of self-sacrifice by drinking the goblet with the wine that is poisoned. The last point I'd like to quickly talk about is the point in Venom 2, "Then venom to thy work." So this is one of the last words that come out of Hamlet's mouth when he finds out that he's been stabbed by Laertes, he's getting poisoned, he's dying. With his last dying breath, he pushes through and stabs King Claudius. This shows a lot of physical fortitude, as he's literally on his dying breath and he's still going to achieve his goal of killing Claudius. So next I'd like to talk about Instagram and how it relates to Hamlet and fortitude. So it is a charge-free social networking app where users are able to post photos and videos of themselves, and where lots of types of media can be shared. It is meant to socially connect people and also used as a business marketing ad. So if you are a company, you might make an Instagram page with your company's products posted and promoted on it. So I'd like to give a little facts about how influential Instagram truly is. Instagram advertisers reach 52.9 million youths from 13 to 17. That is a huge audience, and the teen audience is where they focus, where a lot of influencers, which I will discuss later, focus their posts on. Fastest growing social media platform in Canada and the most popular social networking site for teens. So as you can see, it has a lot of heavy influence on people in general, specifically teenagers. So what I'd like to highlight immediately is that Instagram isn't like other social media platforms. Instagram is a platform that is mostly controlled by its users. So any of the likes, comments, posts, and advertisements you see are all from companies or people that have posted them and made them promoting something. So it isn't like YouTube, where an ad might ask a video to be posted on a video so people can see it. It's not the same situation. So I'd like to talk about how people get popular on Instagram, because as a platform as a whole, Instagram does have a lot of influence, but how people end up having these influences is by getting a big group of following on their Instagram account, so their posts get more views and are seen to more people. So this is some of the techniques I found when I was researching that people use to get popular. They schedule when they post when people are most active on the platform, liking other people's pictures, resharing their posts on Instagram on other platforms, using popular hashtags, posting new ideas and content to keep them fresh, or doing the opposite of similar photos that have been popular in the past, including your email and phone number if you are a business in your bio in order to create more business and easy accessibility to your business, and finding influencers to sponsor your product. So influencers show fortitude. Influencers are people on Instagram who have gained a big following and have a lot of public support. And influencers connect to fortitude because they show fortitude in their willingness to post videos or pictures. Just their pure willingness and to posting photos and videos of themselves or of other things shows that they have mental and emotional fortitude, because regardless of whether their posting is negative or positive, they're going to be facing hate and backlash from comments and people that just don't like it in general. So they do show a lot of mental fortitude there by facing adversity from lots of different people. So how do influencers use their platforms? So they can use it positively for cultural and social movements, like the idea of body positivity, unfiltered photos, staying true to yourself, self-expression, or they can use it to be negative. For example, like to gain money through sponsorships, to post unrealistic body ideals, or to not be inclusive to all sizes, or materialistic values. Like for example here, Kylie Jenner promoting the brand Sugar Bear Hair. She obviously was paid millions of dollars to do this, as she has 1.4 million likes on this post alone. And yeah. So how do influencers promote fortitude? Like I said, they're being a role model to all youth and people. So influencers can be positive about this and use their fortuity to promote things in a positive way. So promoting body positivity, inclusivity, self-expression by having a big platform where they use the skills they've used in the past to get popular in order to create an appealing page to youth. And they're speaking their voices and views in an unfiltered way, even in a cultural climate where there is a lot of adversity people may face for being body positive, for having inclusive clothing lines, for magazine covers, etc. And then I'd like to talk about how influencers can use their platforms negatively. So they can use it to promote products for money, like I showed in the Sugar Bear Hair thing. They can set unobtainable standards for beauty and weight, unrealistic ideas of what reality is actually like, and that perfection in all assets is achievable. So I'd like to break down this image. First of all, it's a picture of Kylie Jenner, who is a huge influencer on Instagram. She's wearing head-to-toe designer clothing, first of all. Second of all, she's got her makeup and hair done by a professional stylist and makeup artist. She's sitting on a Lamborghini with big expensive cars. These are all unrealistic things and very materialistic that promotes the idea to youth that this is what you should achieve. This is, like, if she's so popular and important and influences others, this is what I have to do to make myself popular or valuable. And so I'd like to talk about more again on the effects of Instagram's dominant teen audience. So yes, it can inspire inclusivity, self-love, self-expression, etc. Like for this example, this is a post by one of the very first Sports Illustrated swimsuit model wearing a full hijab. And then it can also promote materialistic values, low self-esteem, unrealistic standards, and cultural appropriation. Like we can see with this YouTuber and influencer, Nikita Dragon, she's wearing traditional African-American braids, where she got a lot of backlash for culturally appropriating a traditional African-American hairstyle. And that is the end of my presentation.